Not able to connect with our reporter as we try to get a stable view there of President Cyril Ramaphosa just before his address. Bringing you in here, Dumisani, earlier on you were actually speaking about President Ramaphosa and saying, you know, the type of relations that he's creating with stakeholders over the Easter period now, going to ZCC and churches. Let's discuss that.
Look, two things. I think Cyril Ramaphosa's ANC leadership wants to reconnect the ANC to a broad range of constituencies. I think there has been a criticism that says the ANC has actually, over the years, de-linked itself from its support base, from its masses. So part of what Cyril Ramaphosa is trying to do is to get the ANC to reconnect with a significant base of stakeholders that traditionally would have followed the ANC. So this is why the ANC is called the broad church, because it got all sorts of interests contained in. So this is an opportunity for Cyril Ramaphosa to connect with the religious establishment, particularly those of the Christian faith. And if he goes to Moria, as it has been reported that is going to happen, it will equally be a major boost, you know, in terms of that reconnection. And finally, on that point, is that it also it will position the ANC in better stead if in the next year's general election they begin to do this type of engagement, because it will mean it's not necessarily the first time. So it's quite a short-term and a long-term strategy on their part.
Definitely, and also quite strategic in the actual provinces that he's chosen.
No, definitely, because KwaZulu-Natal, there is this, by the way, I think it's a very wrong perception that KwaZulu-Natal is politically a homogeneous, you know, province. Even within the ANC, there are some serious differences within, you know, that province. So there's no such thing as KZN is behind Zuma and all of those kinds of things. It's a complex political identified province. And I think it's good. If you remember, by the way, his first thing that he did as ANC president was to go to the king of KZN. Meeting, you know, going to the places where the former presidents of the ANC, some of them were buried and all of that. So he has done a lot to win the hearts of KZN. So there's no such thing for me that people will say that in terms of the homogeneous, in terms of KZN, there's this KZN on a KZN block in its entirety, which is opposed, you know, to Cyril Ramaphosa. There's no such thing. I think KZN ANC members prioritize the identity of being ANC members, rather than dismissing a leadership based on ethnic, you know, background. But it's a good strategy for him to go there. Also remember that the Shembe, he also visited Shembe before, and they welcomed him, and they even dared him to declare that he did want to be president so that they can do the necessary prayers. So perhaps they prayed, and then he became president, and then he's going back to say, thank you, Lord.
Yeah. Let's just discuss then, you know, the character that we've actually seen being displayed by Cyril, apart from, you know, the political affiliations, basic things, so starting on time, you know, sticking to his words, sticking to his commitments, attending, you know, basic ceremonies.
True, but you see, that falls into a bigger picture of what we call governance. Because when you are involved in matters of governance, it means you must do things on time, follow procedure, follow processes, engage your stakeholders, and show respect to the people that you work with. And part of doing that starts with an act of being punctual. That thing alone that says the meeting starts at 9, like I was here at 5 to 9, it's a sign that, you know, that. But then also keep in mind that part of the problem that the ANC government faces is poor governance in state-owned enterprises. And if he's going to address those issues, you need to demonstrate with the basic things that, you know, this is how things are going to be done moving forward.
Definitely. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Let's take a short break. Dumisani Hlophe, talk about some of the political stories in the week that was. For now, though, let's take a short break here on SABC News. Stay tuned.